Good morning, Abby, it's Monday, and welcome to Something Stupid, What Else Is New? You may have noticed that for once, I am not in that same room that I film like every video I do in. At the current moment, I am sitting on my bed, which is why my bed headboard of random nerd cred is lying behind me. And we are on my bed because we're doing a special type of video that I don't think I'm gonna have time to like film consistently in my in the computer room, which is where I film it, because we're going to be doing a little book reading together. Oh wow, it's backwards on the camera. I didn't think about that. It's Monster High. So like I've been thinking about the Monster High franchise a lot recently. Not really for any reason, just cause like why not? And it got me thinking about this book and its sequels. So this book right here, it's called Monster High. It is by Lacey Harrison, and it has three sequels, sorry, and I own 2 of them. So if all goes well, this may become like a long-running series on this channel, because I don't know, I've just been thinking about Monster High recently, because it was just one of those things that was always cool to you as a kid, and you never really had a reason why you thought it was cool. It was just like, monsters, yeah! Not to mention, I've had that We Are Monster High song stuck in my head for like the past day. So, I'm just gonna, here's the thing, I don't remember much from this book, so like, I'm just gonna read it in front of you and see what happens. And it's gonna be an adventure. Before we even start on the actual content of the book, I want to show off the back, because in like what looks to be like lipstick, it says, "Fitting in is out." So dramatic. And then under it, it says, "Welcome to Monster High, where Freaky is about to get fabulous." So, this book was published in 2010, so it's a little dated. I'd like to take a brief second to apologize for all the times when my bangs are going to be falling in front of my face in this video, but, okay, camera setup time. Right now I have my phone sitting on its broken kickstand on top of a pencil box that I probably haven't used since I was in elementary school. So because of that and, like, the angle that the phone is at, I have to, like, sort of, like, bend down to get my face clear on camera. And because of that, this bang situation is just gonna be happening. And the reason this bang situation is happening is because I can't get my hair cut right now. So, I'm sorry. Before we start, I want to read you the inside of the book jacket, because I read it this morning, and I died, because it's so 2010s, guys, you don't even understand. So, it's got, like, a little bullet points about the 2 main characters in this book. One of them is, like, a character who doesn't exist in, like, the rest of the Monster High franchise, and her name's Melody Carver, and her bullet points are: new nose, serious crush on Jackson, her new geek chic neighbor, vintage tee, black jeans, and pink Converse, because she's not like other girls. That's the one thing I remember about this book right now, is that when I read it when I was younger, I identified with Melody, but, like, now that I'm thinking back about what I remember about her, I kind of already hate her. Melody and her family left 90210 for the fresh air of Salem, Oregon. After shedding her old camel hump nose and constant asthma attacks, Melody finally gets to be the pretty one at Merston High. Guys, it's called Merston High, because Merston is an anagram of monster. Do you get it? Do you get it? Do you get it? She feels like a fraud until she meets Jackson. But is he hiding something too? Dot dot dot. Could it be related to the totally bizarre rumors about monster sightings? Oh! Well, it definitely is, because the book is called Monster High, and the next character is named Frankie Stein. Frankie Stein. New, well, everything is new. Dreams about Brett. Who is Brett? I don't remember Brett. Should I remember Brett? I don't remember Brett. Who has a super jealous girlfriend. Oop, that's gonna be a problem. Scratchy wool pantsuit, but prefers a BB mini and cashmere tank. Frankie has lived in Salem all her life, but then again, she's only been alive for 15 days. She sets out to conquer high school, boys, and shopping, in that order. Why are boys higher on your priority than shopping? Like, if I could just, like, have money and go buy things that I want, do you realize how many copies of the Stormlight Archive I would have? Unforch. And yes, it says Unforch. UNFORTCH. Unforch. People freak over Frankie's mint green skin instead of applauding her voltage fashion sense. If she wants to fit it as a normie at Merston High, she's going to have to hide a monster of a secret. Instead, she risks it all for a stolen kiss, a mistake that could cost her everything. Why are you telling us this now? That doesn't happen until the climax of the book. What? Someone needs to fire these summary writers. Melody and Frankie try to put the chic in freak, but are the normies at Merston High ready for a makeover? Can a monster survive in a normie world? Dun dun dun! As I mentioned before, the author of this book is named Lacey Harrison, and they have like that little page in the front where it's like, check out other books by this author. So Lacey Harrison has written a book series called The Click. And I would like to read you some of the titles of the Click books, because they are beautiful. Best Friends for Never, Revenge of the Wannabes, Invasion of the Boy Snatchers, The Pretty Committee Strikes Back, Dial L for Loser, It's Not Easy Being Mean, Sealed with a Diss. That might be my favorite. Bratfest at Tiffany's. Never mind, that's my favorite. P.S. I Love You. Boys R Us, Charmed and Dangerous, The Rise of the Pretty Committee. The Clicktionary, oh my god. These boots are made for stalking. Wow. My Little Phony. Never mind, My Little Phony is my favorite. Wow. So, that should give you an indication of the type of book that we are about to get into. Although, maybe I'm being too judgmental. Maybe this is actually going to be the best book ever, guys. We'll never know until we read it. So let's do that. So the book opens with a prologue, and basically what happens in it is that Frankie, her father has just put in like her like parts of her brain that let her like hear and see, but like she's still not used to like looking at light, so technically she could open her eyes, but it would like blind her, and so she's just like listening to her parents talk about how they love her, and it's kind of cute, and it's not starting off bad so far. Frankie tried to open her eyes again. This time she could barely make them flutter. She blinked, the woman explained. She's trying to look at us. Frankie, I'm Viveka, your mommy. Can you see me? She can't, Victor said. Thanks for being a buzzkill, Victor. Very much appreciated. Victor is me. Frankie's body tensed at the sound of those words. How could someone else decide what she was capable of? It didn't make sense. She's literally been alive for 2 seconds, and she's already going full rebellious teenager mode. We love subtlety in writing, guys. Why not? Her mother seemed to ask for the both of them. Her battery pack is almost drained. She needs a charge. So charge her. Yeah, charge me, charge me, charge me. And then she's just like mentally chanting it. Oh my. I love Frankie, but sometimes she is so dramatic. And then Frankie's parents, Victor and Viveka, do some foreshadowing to like the prejudice against monsters that we're gonna see throughout the book. And then Frankie is like, I don't know what they're talking about, but they're talking about wanting change to come to the world, and I want to bring that change because I like these people. And then the prologue ends. It's like 3 pages, but it's fine. It's fine. It's acceptable. I was being really hard on this book before I even opened it, but like so far it's fine. Chapter 1, Newfound Fabulousness. We open chapter 1 with our other protagonist, Melody Carver. She and her family, which is her parents, and her older sister, Candace, they are on a 14-hour drive to move from Beverly Hills, California to Salem, Oregon, which is where Frankie is. And Melody's faking sleep because she doesn't want to have to deal with her annoying family. And she keeps talking about how, like, her parents are trying to make it very clear that, like, yeah, they're from Beverly Hills, but they're not, like, vapid or anything. Here, look at our energy-efficient car, as if, you know, like, buying more material objects is going to help to show that you're not materialistic. Melody's parents kind of suck. Family is moving because Melody is an asthmatic, and California is famously known for having, like, really bad pollution. And then Candace, I don't know if I said that, Candace is Melody's extremely dramatic older sister. Candace says, Melody survived 15 years breathing fog. One more won't kill her. Wow, very, very cavalier about your sister's well-being, Candace. You're gonna be a great person. Candace pressed, not used to losing an argument. She was blonde, perfectly proportioned, and used to getting what she wanted. It's gonna be one of these books, isn't it? Melody's mom is talking about how they need to move away from Beverly Hills to get away from all the superficiality, and then Melody, like, thinks to herself about how her dad is a famous plastic surgeon, and her mom is a personal shopper for celebrities. So Melody is describing her family and how, besides herself, all of them are, like, traditionally attractive, and she describes her father as having just the right stubble to hair gel ratio. I'm sorry, what? Lori, Melody's mom, was 42, but thanks to her husband, her blemish-free skin had been nipped and tucked long before she needed the procedures. Yes, because as we all know, whenever a woman turns 42, she instantly becomes ugly and undesirable to everyone on the planet. God, this really is gonna be one of those books, isn't it? She seemed to have one pedicured foot off the human development chart and into the next stage of evolution. What are you talking about? The narration talks about how Candace happens to get both of her parents' best traits, so she's, like, super attractive. And then we go to Melody, and it says, convinced the wrong family had taken her home from the hospital, Melody placed little value on physical appearance. And yet, in her narration, she will continue to go on and on and on about how attractive the rest of her family is and how ugly she feels. Yeah, it's one of those books. Melody generally doesn't really like her appearance, but the one big thing that was a problem for her is her nose. It is described as composed of 2 bumps and a sharp drop-off that looked like a camel in downward-facing dog. So I'm assuming it's just, like, a nose, and then it just has, like, 2 big bumps on it, I guess. The reason Melody doesn't put much value on physical appearance, supposedly, is because she considers her best asset to be her ability to sing. Do you get it? Her name is Melody, and she sings. Wow, we love subtlety here, guys. She really liked singing as a little kid, but when she was young, she got really bad asthma to the point where she literally couldn't even sing. And I'm sorry, is that a thing that people do? Because, like, my mom has asthma, and, like, she can sing fine. She sings in, like, church choir and stuff, so, like, but I guess she must have, like, really bad asthma, but if she does, then, like, how is she still breathing and talking and functioning in human society? Melody's dad offers to operate on her to fix her, to, like, make her nose look more normal. And then Melody says, a new nose wouldn't cure her asthma, so why bother? All she had to do was hold out until high school, and things would change. Girls would be less superficial, boys would be more mature, and academia would reign supreme. Has Melody never seen Mean Girls? Because I feel like this is like a thing that everyone knows, like high school, like, no one stops being petty in high school, everyone just gets dramatically worse at being petty in high school. Of course, Melody gets bullied in school because of her nose. She gets called Smellody because, and I can't even complain about that, because historically bullies are never very creative with their insults. And then her dad wants to operate on her, but not because it hurts him to see his daughter in pain, but because his daughter is full of symmetric potential. I hate Melody's parents. Why are they like this? Eventually, her dad is like, hey, this new form of rhinoplasty got approved, and it said that it might be able to fix your asthma, so would you be up for that? And then Melody's like, sure, because she wants to be able to sing again. And then she wakes up and she has, like, a normal looking nose. And also, I didn't mention this, she has like fangs for teeth in some places, and so her dad almost fixes that, but Melody still can't sing, so she's still not really happy, even though she has attained a level of conventional attractiveness. None of this newfound fabulousness made Melody any happier. Instead of flaunting and flirting, she spent her free time buried under the covers, feeling like her sister's metallic Tory Burch tote, beautiful and shiny on the surface, but a terrible mess on the inside. How dare they act nice just because I'm pretty? I'm the same person I've always been. You have been getting bullied for the past year because people are superficial, and now you're surprised to learn that people are superficial. How is Melody so naive? I don't understand. Melody, like, goes into this kind of period of, like, depression because everyone's being nice to her just because she's pretty, and she describes herself as never brushing her hair, but, like, as a girl, I don't think that's possible, because if you never brushed your hair, then sooner or later it would just turn into, like, a giant ball of cats on your head. Like, you can't function without brushing your hair. Like, I'm not a person who cares about my appearance. Look at me. I've got my bangs falling in front of my face, I'm wearing an Avengers shirt, I don't care about my appearance, but even I brush my hair just because I do not want to have to deal with the catastrophic consequences of not brushing my hair. And, like, this is a trend you see when, like, men write women, but this is a woman writing women. The reason they ended up moving to Oregon is because during, like, a 4th of July celebration, Melody has, like, a really bad asthma attack. And then her mom is, like, anxiously flipping through, like, a travel magazine, and she sees this beautiful picture of Oregon, and she's like, that's it, we're moving there right now. And so, yeah, they say they're not being superficial, but they're moving to Oregon for entirely superficial reasons. I hate Melody's parents, honestly. I thought I was gonna hate Melody because I kind of remembered her as having, like, a I'm not like other girls vibe, but honestly, screw Melody's parents more than Melody. And that is all I'm gonna read for today, because I'm running out of time that I have to film this. Hopefully the next episode will be longer, because I want to cover more than just 2 chapters an episode, or because if we just do that, then this is going to take for freaking ever to make. But, anyway, that's all I got. Abby, I'll see you on Friday.